Okay, boys and girls, we're going to read a new decodable today. Touch the title. All right, here is our title. It's called City Mouse, Country Mouse. All right, based on our illustrations, who do you predict is the city mouse? Who do you predict to be the country mouse? Okay, we will read and see if your predictions are correct. Okay, now it says, retold by Leah Roberts. Leah Roberts wrote this book. Is she the book's illustrator or the author? She is the author. When it says retold, that means told again. She is not the original person to write the book. She told it in her own words. All right. Ellen Sasaski is the illustrator. What does that mean? Yes, she drew the pictures that we have in the book. All right, and our author and illustrator's names begin with capital letters because they are proper nouns. Also, the name of our book, the title of the book, begins with capital letters. Remember, we capitalize the name of our book title. All right, I'm going to turn the page. All right, now this is a sentence inside the book that I want us to pay attention to. There are lots of commas in this set of sentences. So let's look at it and read it. Remember, commas are there to separate things, ideas. It can also be there to pause and help you organize your ideas. So let's read it. There were bread crusts, moldy cheeses, and old raisins. Thanks, City Mouse, but I'm going now. All right, in this first sentence, guys, we have 3 items in a row. What are our 3 items? Bread crusts, moldy cheeses, and raisins. That's right. So the commas are used to separate the items in the series. All right, in the next sentence, the commas are used to separate who he is talking to. He says, thanks, City Mouse, but I'm going now. All right, so who is talking? That's right, the country mouse. The country mouse. He's saying, thank you, but I'm going to go. All right, let's get started reading. Remember, as we read, we're going to see several vowel, consonant, vowel words. Some will be divided after the vowel to make the vowel long. Some will be divided after the consonant to keep the vowel short. All right, let's read on page 1. City Mouse went to visit his friend Country Mouse. Please come into my cozy home, said Country Mouse. City Mouse looked at the house. He saw old chairs, a little bed, and a crooked table. All right, boys and girls. What does City Mouse see when he comes into Country Mouse's home? Yes, he saw old chairs, a little bed, and a crooked table. All right, so does Country Mouse have a fancy home? No, but he says it's cozy, so it's nice and comfortable for him. Page 2. Please have something to eat, said Country Mouse. Country Mouse passed City Mouse a plate of scraps. There were bread crusts, moldy cheeses, and old raisins. City Mouse had never eaten such food. So what does Country Mouse offer his friend to eat? Right, he offers him bread crusts, moldy cheeses, and old raisins. Think about it, guys. What do mice probably normally eat? Yeah, leftover scraps that they find laying around, right? What do you think City Mouse normally eats? Maybe fancy foods from the city? Well, let's find out. Page 3. City Mouse said, Country Mouse, you must visit the city. You will like the crowded streets and the fancy homes, and I'll feed you a real feast. All right, guys, so let's look. All right, look at the picture on page 2 first. How does Country Mouse look to offer his visitor some food? He's excited. How is City Mouse? How does he feel about it? He's upset. That's not what he wants. Now on the next page, on page 3, when City Mouse offers for Country Mouse to come to his home, how does City Mouse feel? He's excited. How do you predict Country Mouse feels? He looks a little excited to me. Let's read and find out. Page 4. So City Mouse and Country Mouse went to the city. The streets were teeming with people. Country Mouse had never seen anything like it. So where did the mice go? Yeah, to the city. What is wrong with Country Mouse in this picture? He is shocked by all of the people. You better watch out, Country Mouse. He may get stepped on. He better run, right? Page 5. They went into the great house where City Mouse made his home. Country Mouse looked at the huge chairs and silk rugs in the study. What is a study, guys? Yeah, a room with books and a place to study. Page 6. Please have something to eat, said City Mouse. The mice sat down at a big table. There was fine cheese, fresh bread, and lemon cakes to eat. Now this is better than your country food, isn't it? Said City Mouse. Country Mouse answered, "It is very good." So what do City Mouse and Country Mouse have to eat? All right, it says there was fine cheese, fresh bread, and lemon cakes. All right, how does Country Mouse feel? He says it is very good. He likes it. Page 7. Suddenly, 7 people and 2 dogs came in. "Run!" yelled City Mouse. "Humans don't like mice." The mice hid in a closet. The dogs barked and snarled. The mice shook with fear. What happens while the mice are eating? Yes, 7 people and 2 dogs come in. And the mice have to do what? Run in the closet to hide. At last, the 7 people and 2 dogs left. The Country Mouse said, "Thanks, City Mouse, but I'm going now. I would sooner have a plain life in peace than a fancy life in fear." And he dashed home. The end. Why does Country Mouse decide to leave? He doesn't want to live in fear. What does that mean? He doesn't want to be afraid all the time. He would rather live plain in his country home than live in the fancy house and be afraid all the time of the humans and the dogs. Do you think that the Country Mouse made a wise decision? You'll share with your study buddy why or why not. All right, understanding the story. What was Country Mouse's home like? All right, his home was cozy. It was small and simple, nothing fancy in it. Why did City Mouse want Country Mouse to see his home? He didn't like Country Mouse's home. He didn't like his food. He wanted him to see his fancy house and fancy food, right? All right. Would you rather live life like Country Mouse or City Mouse? You will share that with your study buddy. All right, you are going to reread this book again with someone at home. Remember, you're going to have to read it on the slides because you do not have this copy of the book. Miss Spires accidentally left it out, so you're going to have to read on the slides today, okay? All right, do your best work. We'll practice again tomorrow.